A parabola is the shape of a quadratic function. On the SAT test, you will find three types of equations for the parabola. The first one is the standard form, which is given by f of x equals to ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c. The next one is the factored form, given by f of x equals to ax minus r times x minus s. And last, the vertex form, which is given by f of x equals to ax minus h to the power of 2 plus k. Now, when a is a positive number, the shape of the parabola is like this. It opens up. However, when a is a negative, the parabola opens down. Now, if we plot this on the xy coordinate plane, the minimum point here is known as the vertex. The vertex is just like the midpoint of the parabola. Then, the points at which the parabola cut the x-axis are called the x-intercepts. And at last, this guy, the point that cuts the y-axis is called the y-intercept. When the equation of the parabola is given in a standard form, the x-coordinate of the vertex is given by minus b divided by 2a, and the y-coordinate of the vertex is given by f of minus b divided by 2a. So it's just replacing. You will just plug in this value in the formula. Then, if you want to calculate the y-intercept, is equal to c. The coordinates of the y-intercept are 0z, as easy as that. So the constant of the standard form gives the y-intercept of the parabola. And last, the x-intercepts are found when you replace f of x by 0. So the x-intercepts are found when f of x is replaced by 0. So here all you have to do is solve for x, and then you will find the x-intercepts. Okay, let's solve this easy example. First of all, here the value of a is 1, the value of b is 5, and the value of c is 6. First, let's find out the coordinates of the vertex. The x value of the vertex is given by minus 5 divided by 2 times 1, which gives minus 2.5. Next, The y value of the vertex is given by f of minus 2.5. So that is minus 2.5 squared plus 5 times minus 2.5 plus 6, and that gives minus 0.25. So the coordinates of the vertex are minus 2.5 minus 0.25. Next, the coordinates of the y-intercept are 0, 6. Don't forget that the constant gives the value of the y-intercept. And last, the x-intercepts are found when we replace f of x by 0. Here we can solve the quadratic by factoring. So this is x plus 3 times x plus 2. So the values of x are minus 3 and minus 2. So the x-intercepts are at negative 3, 0, and at negative 2, 0. When the equation of the parabola is shown in factored form, you can easily determine the x-intercepts. The x-intercepts are at R0 and S0. Now, the vertex now the x-coordinate of the vertex is given by the average of the x-intercepts. And you just plug in this value in the formula in order to calculate the y-vertex. And last, the y-intercept is given when you replace x by 0 in the formula. So you just have to calculate a times 0 minus r times 0 minus s. So this gives a times minus r times minus s. Now let's solve this example. First, let's start with the x-intercepts. So in order to find the x-intercepts, we will do the following. X minus 3 gives 0, so one of the x-intercepts is 3, and x plus 1 gives 0, so the other x-intercept is negative 1. So this is 3, 0, and negative 1, 0. Next, let's calculate the vertex. The x value of the vertex is given by 3 plus negative 1 divided by 2, which gives positive 1. And in order to find the y-vertex, we need to solve for f of 1. So that is 3 times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 1. And that gives 3 times negative 2, negative 6, times 2, negative 12. So the coordinates of the vertex are at 1, minus 12. And at last, the y-intercept. The y-intercept is found when you replace x by 0 in the formula, so y equals to 3 times 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 1. So the y-intercept is 3 times negative 3 times 1. So the value of the y-intercept is negative 9. When the equation of the parabola is shown in vertex form, the coordinates of the vertex are at hk. As easy as that. The vertex is found in the formula. Next, in order to calculate the y-intercept, just replace x by 0. So y equals to a times 0 minus h to the power of 2 plus k. And last, if you want to calculate the x-intercept, replace y by 0 and solve for x. So you get 0 equals to a times x minus h to the power of 2 plus k. And next, solve for x. What comes next is to solve for the value of x. Now let's find the equation of the parabola in vertex form with the information above. The formula must be f of x equals to a is equal to 2, so that must be 2 times x minus, this is h and this is k, so h is 2 to the power of 2 plus k, which is 1. Now for the next one is the same. This is minus 3 is h and 2 is k, so the formula must be minus 3 times x minus 3 to the power of 2 plus 2. Don't forget that minus 3 is the same as plus 3. Okay, there it is. And at last, h is 2 and k is negative 3, so the formula must be 1 times x minus 2 to the power of 2 minus 3. Now, the 1, we can remove the 1 because multiplying by 1 is not needed to be written because it's understood. Now let's find the vertex of the following parabolas. In the first one, the one that's up, the vertex must be at 3, 1. See here, this is the value of h and this is the value of k, according to this formula. Now, for the second one, the vertex must be at minus 1, minus 2. Now, why is it minus 1? Because, see here, the formula says x minus h. This guy is x minus h. It's like x minus h must be x plus 1. No. So, in order to have a sum instead of a difference, it has to be written in this way. Now, this is x minus 1. For that reason, I know that h is a negative. Now, two more important things about parabolas is the line of symmetry, also known as the axis of symmetry. Whenever they ask you to calculate the line of symmetry, they are asking you to calculate the x coordinate of the vertex. Let's see. This guy is the vertex, the midpoint. You draw an imaginary vertical line passing through the vertex. that is known as the line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. And if the vertex is at point hk, the equation of the line of symmetry is at x equals to h. So when you find the x coordinate of the vertex, you already have the value or the equation of the line of symmetry. Now, sometimes they will ask you to find either the maximum or the minimum value of a parabola. The minimum or maximum value of a parabola is the y-coordinate of the vertex. Let's see the graph. When the parabola opens up, the vertex is the lowest point. The lowest point means that it contains the lowest value of y. So this guy is the one that is called the minimum. And when the parabola opens down, the vertex is on the top. So the y-coordinate of the vertex k will be known as the maximum.